Live show every Saturday morning 9 to 12, and don't forget YFM is official in Kumasi on 102.5. So we go in Triangle in Accra, it's 97.9. In Kumasi it's 102.5, and in Accra is 107.9, and that's what we call the White Triangle. Watch out, because there are loads of events and activations lined up to turn things up. As Walanyo Innocent will say, turns up. That's Bola. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I take the compliment. Thank you very much, Quick Who. Anyways, let me just make this personal. I fall under the category of one of those people who like to give a lot. You know, I've got very soft hands. I just can't stand it when someone is in need and I have and I don't give. I feel very selfish and very jealous. I feel very wicked and greedy when I have and I don't give. I'm very sure most of you out there as well. Well, maybe in this tight economy, some people just might be a bit stingy. But it's all good. It's good to be stingy. But guess what? Sometimes when you have just more than you need, it's cool to share. I remember, let me just take this chance to say a shout out going out to the Richard Addison Foundation. Traff, my very good friend Richie, been engaged in some very good, charitable stuff. I remember he did some donations as well. We supported him, gave out about 1,000 mosquito nets to 4 main hospitals in Takoradi. You know, and people needed them. It just might, to you, just might be like, oh, a mosquito net. You really just 5 cities. To someone, it's heaven. You sleep in the comfort of your home, no mosquitoes, AC, or a big ceiling fan just swishing through cutting through the wind and the air in your room, turning around, and you're so cool. You've got your flat screen with your remote 32-inch or your plasma, and you're watching the best of movies, and someone is out there, and it rained yesterday, someone is out there just lying by the roadside and going through all the mosquitoes and all the chills and haven't even got nothing to eat. Sometimes what you take for granted, wait till it's taken away from you. Not in the love world. People just, those who are heartbroken right now just want to feel like, maybe you broke my heart, yours will come. No, I'm not talking about love right now. I'm talking about doing good. Doing good. There's this madman who sleeps just across my office. And, we have a restaurant, okay? And people come in there, they come and eat, and they leave the food, they don't eat everything. So just a couple of days ago, I was just watching this guy, and I was just wondering, really, how mean can I be that there's a restaurant downstairs and there's a madman just across the road, and I can see the man is damn hungry. So I got them to prepare a very big meal for him, and they sent it over to him. He took it, he smiled, sat down, and ate everything. The madness was missing for that second, I could tell. But it's all good. I have the likes of, let me not say the likes of, I have another person in the studio, and let me try and give a shot at the name. Breathe in, out. Hanan,
perfect.
Alright, okay. Well, she'll tell you who she is and exactly what she's been engaged in for the past couple of, can I say years?
Yes, 2 years now.
2 years now, yes. I guess, right. We'll be talking more about that. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, there's more talk about Earth Angels right here on YFM. Listen though, YPD, if you're doing the listening, we're still waiting. I still got B Right's music to drop for you as well, right here on Saturday morning live show. Thanks to Mixing Machine, Mike Smith, for turning things up right here. Let's slow things down a little bit. My guest is in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, I didn't catch that. Sorry, my mic was off. Good morning. Great. Okay, so first off, tell us a little bit about you personally and exactly what you're involved in, what you do.
Okay.
When you wake up every morning.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
YFM, and I appreciate you for giving Earth Angels this voice to help us expand our reach. Every little bit counts. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
So my name's Hanan. My fancy name is Abba.
You have a fancy name.
Yes, we are Ghanaians.
Yes.
My brother and I is right here. Hisam's right here. We were born and raised in Ghana. 15 years. I've been in the States since I was 15. But definitely born and raised Accra.
Oh, great.
Girl.
I've been that's a fancy name.
Yes.
Abba.
We speak fancy, yeah. It's a little rough, but so don't try me right now. It's a fancy.
Good. I like that. It just keeps the connection.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
I have a huge Ghanaian family.
That's good. So tell us, what is Earth Angel? What are you about? What you do?
So Earth Angels is a non-profit organization. I founded it in 2012.
Okay.
It's kind of been a one-woman show until here recently that I've gotten a lot more support in the past several months. So our mission is to help eradicate maternal and infant mortality, one mother and baby at a time. I always knew since childhood that I wanted to come back to Ghana, do something. We lost our parents very young, so I always knew that I would do something to help children out. I just didn't know what it would be. And as I got older and had my own son who was born very prematurely, I knew that I had to do something. And the plaguing thought was, with the best medical care in the U.S., my son and I were able to make it. I had something that's called preeclampsia, which can be very dangerous, can potentially kill mother and baby. But luckily, I had the best of medical care at my fingertips, and so we both made it. And the plaguing thought was, what would I have done if I was in Ghana? Certainly, I wouldn't have. Our parents died for lack of the most basic care. My mother needed oxygen, and my father couldn't be revived from a diabetic coma. Two very simple things that could have been fixed quite easily. And so the plaguing thought was, well, what would I have done? And the question was, I probably wouldn't have survived, and
you wouldn't be here by now.
And neither would have my son. And so I stopped thinking and started doing, and within a week I founded Earth Angels.
I like that last statement you just said. I stopped thinking and I started doing. One thing that people really just can't put into practice, they get beaten down by the problems that they face or they go through, and they totally forget that they can actually start doing.
Yes.
What was that point that made you decide to stop thinking and start doing?
And it's funny because I remember the actual moment that it happened, because we all say, well, what can one person do? As you shared your story, which I think was fantastic, about the gentleman who obviously, over here we call them madmen, but there's a stigma here, which is such a shame. The poor guy probably has some psych issues, so he's stuck on the streets, and it's such a shame. But yes, one person can make a difference, and that's what was in my mind was, yes, I'm only one woman, but if I save one mother and one baby, then that's enough for me.
Before we come to your goals and objectives, I want you to share with us some of the things. You did say that now you've gotten some support. What were you doing in the early stages of Earth Angels?
So when I founded it, it's Atlanta based, and I just got it registered and brought into Accra now. So we are in Ghana now. When I founded it in Atlanta, anybody can open up a nonprofit. That's not the hard part. The hard part is becoming tax exempt, which is what's called a 501c3. So that was incredibly difficult to get, and most people hire a lawyer to get this for them because it's a ton of legal jargon that you use to apply for the application.
I know.
However, I didn't have $5,500 to apply, to get a lawyer at my fingertips. So I studied the legal jargon, applied for the 501c3 on my own, waited patiently for a year, and then I got it. And when I got it, it was, what a day, what a joyful day that was. And so in that year, I was relying on the donations of the kindness of people, $20 here, $30 here. I had a few fundraisers, little ones, and all the money that I raised, I sent medical supplies, infant formula, clothing, and as much as I could to Ridge Hospital and Kolibri.
How did the people receive this, your NGO, when you set it up? Did some think it was one of those, it's an idea wonder, just wants to make money off it, what was the response to it? Was some really touched?
I tell you, everyone that knows me knows that when my word is my bond, and when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And so everyone that knows me was totally, I guess, flabbergasted at the mere fact of that it had come to fruition. And yes, I heard talk about, oh, do you think you can take this on? And are you sure that this is not too big a goal for you? And my answer was always no. Of course I can take this on. So no, everybody who knew me knew that I meant this, and that though it was a journey of 1,000 miles, I was content taking my few steps.
Well, she mentioned Rich Hospital. There are lots of information I want to find out from you this morning, right on Saturday Morning Live Show. If you're out there as well and you want to know more about this, they can stay. I'll be right back. Just one tune, and when I come back, there's more talk on the station.